To start, select the API from the list or search it. We'll use this first API for this example. You can see the documentation on the overview page, including the organization it's part of, the live endpoint, peer ratings, and you may also write a review. Each API has a forum which enables you to initiate discussions that multiple people can participate in. You can open up a ticket to report a problem, and the owner of the API can also send out alerts to anyone who's following the API to notify them of a new release or changes to the API. Click the Documentation tab and you'll see the documentation and operations of the API. You can expand each operation to view the documentation for that operation. The documentation of each operation can be different. Let's call the getAccount operation as an example. Since this API has an OAuth security applied to it, you need to first do a setup and identify the app you'll use to call the API. We'll choose the iPhone app and click Save. Now the documentation page knows what app is going to be used to call this API. If you scroll to the getAccount resource, you'll notice the Invoke button is disabled. Since this has OAuth security on it, you have to go through the security mechanism to get an OAuth access token. We'll select the read scope because this operation requires it. Click Authorize and your OAuth access token is displayed in the token field, which we highlight here. The Invoke button is no longer disabled because we now have a valid OAuth access token to use to call from this API documentation page. After clicking Invoke, the API is called and the response is displayed. And that's how easy it is to review documentation and test an API in the Akana Developer Portal.